That escalated quickly as there is not going to be a coaching search of any kind at Ole Miss, as they are not going to the American Conference the American Conference for the SEC hiring solutions of today. They're going to stick right with their defensive coordinator in Pete Golding, who is not the interim. He is the permanent head coach at Ole Miss. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Answer the question in the comments below. Do you like Ole Miss just going ahead and hiring Pete Golding to be the permanent head coach at Ole Miss? The thought just hours ago was that Golding was going to be the interim and have an opportunity to win the job, as it were, with what people thought would be a decent showing in the postseason. You win a game, you win two, perhaps they make you the real dude in some time. But now it seems that with the players really getting behind Pete Golding in a way that they were just upset with Lane Kiffin, it was clear to Keith Carter that the decision was already made. It is Pete Golding. And in doing so, you're able to keep a lot of your staff intact, I think. Charlie Weiss gets to come out of the shadows and perhaps be your permanent offensive coordinator and the guy that's calling your plays and no longer needing to share that responsibility with Lane Kiffin, who is a play calling head coach at a time when that doesn't always feel like the best decision, but might be the best decision for him. And you're also get to head off any other poaching of your players at this very important stage when you're trying to use this bye week, as it were, to prepare to host a home game in the college football playoff. Like, I asked this question really, without Lane Kiffin being the head coach at Ole Miss, do you rank them at number 6 ahead of Texas A&M? And I think on merit, yeah, you do. I don't know that Lane Kiffin's departure is going to change that Texas A&M lost to Texas and that Texas A&M fell behind by 27 at halftime to South Carolina, and that Texas A&M need to come up with a play of plays to beat Notre Dame. Like, that's got nothing to do with Ole Miss. That said, are you going to flip them? No, I want the players to be rewarded for what they've done. And that's what I've always said about the playoff in particular. I don't like your argument that there aren't enough good teams to make the college football playoff. And I don't like your argument that there aren't enough good teams to extend it to 24. And the reason that I don't like your argument is because you don't play the game. You don't play the game. You never had to look at a group of players who are undefeated, 10-2, 11-1, and tell them with a straight face, you're not good enough to compete for the national championship. We've done this to teams that have gone 12-0. Central Florida has a claim to the 2017 national championship because a bunch of people decided they weren't good enough to play for one. I want to see that gone. And the way I jokingly put this is I want everybody to have the same opportunity to get their ass beat by Ohio State. That's okay. I want it decided on the field. I want the players to make the call. I want the scoreboard to be the arbiter of who's good and who's not. And not you or me or anybody else that believes that they should have the power to say who's good and who's not. And that's what this has become. Like, the money's gotten so big in this sport, and the attention that it attracts because of the money has gotten so out of whack with what the values of the sport stand for, that you've got people that are so upset about what teams are getting paid or what players are getting paid, so upset about what coaches are getting paid, don't like the movement of the portal, don't like free market, right, as it were, that the people with the most money get the most power. They don't like it. So what do? They moan and complain about a system that they don't want to engage in, and yet they watch it. And if it were you, and you got a kid at, let's make it Vanderbilt, okay, 10-2, great season. Their losses, you get it, Texas and Alabama. Are those good enough to keep them out of the college football playoff? They are this year. Should they be? No. Vanderbilt has had the best season in its history. Full stop. Period. And I believe that those things should be honored. Guys like Diego Pavia should have an opportunity to play on the biggest stage in the entire country and have the chance to chase the belt. Like, this show, what we do here, the folks that don't know why I say I'm not on a step mill, you ain't been here for the 8 years of the ride, dog. You got some catching up to do. There's some people that have been down with this for a very long time that watched me cape for Pete Golding to be the defense coordinator at Alabama when he was at UTSA. They said, ooh, man, something people that figured out that defense in 2022 and 2023, only to see him stick it out, find a way, Get Suntarine Perkins running the right way, put some cornerback out there that can make some plays, and put together the kind of defense that can compete for a national championship. That's what they've done. And I think if you keep those values at the center of what you're doing, everybody else falls in. Everything else will align. The money's not going to continue the money's going to continue to go up. ESPN paid damn near $8 billion for the rights to the college football playoff. Ole Miss is going to probably pay Pete Golden in the range of $7 million. Lane Kiffin's going to make almost twice that at LSU. But that's not the conversation people want to have. The one that people want to have is what the players are doing. Well, the players are playing. That's what they're doing. They're playing. They're winning. Lane Kiffin didn't throw touchdown passes. Trinidad Chambliss and Austin Simmons did. Lane Kiffin didn't run for touchdowns. Keywan Lacey did. Lane Kiffin didn't catch receiving touchdown. Trey Wallace and them did. Suntarine coming off the edge, playing in a position that coming off the edge was great, but he's playing in a position that doesn't really get to showcase that power. They're trying to do with him what LSU did with Harold Perkins. And his production numbers don't look good, but he's been essential to what they're doing. I want to see that honored. And when people just tell me that the field is getting too big, that it's getting too bloated, that the championships don't mean anything anymore, I challenge them to go through two-a-days. Like, one of the reasons I talk about riding a bike is because I know that in endurance sports at my age, I can win. Power sports, I'm not going to win. That day is gone. I won a national championship at 18 in a power sports, powerlifting category. It was bench press, it was curl, and it was deadlift. I could push 315 off my chest. I could pull 550 from the ground, and I could curl 155. All at 165. I was strong. But as my knees gave way, 3 knee surgeries, I ran these marathons that really shattered them up. I ended up on this step mill, right? And I learned in my 30s that the kind of athlete that I want to be is going to be one that lends itself toward endurance sports. For a long time, that was running. And running had to go by the wayside because it's just horrible on my body. And then I found cycling just in July. And I went from not riding my bike. I don't think I rode a bike more than 10 miles in any one direction before June. And on Thanksgiving, I celebrated by riding 100 miles, and I got it done in just over 6 hours. And that was in whatever temperature we got, no group ride. I didn't have anybody to fuel me. I had to fuel myself, all these things that don't mean anything to non-cyclists. But I know that I could do that ride in under 5 hours with a group. Like, if I got the Peloton, the strength of that energy in it, I'm going to save watts, and my watts per kilogram is just under 4. I have the capacity to be good in this sport, but at my age, I should say, at my age and in my age bracket. So I'm pursuing it, but I'm pursuing it because it's about suffering. Like, if it's about suffering, if it's about wanting it more than the person next to me, it ain't outrunning the bear, it's outrunning you, I can win. And that's why I keep doing it, so I can remind myself what it takes from these players. It's the suffering. You don't do all this so that somebody in the comments or in a boardroom wearing a suit gets to tell you you're not good enough. You say, strap up and come get me. I'm glad Pete Golden gets this opportunity. I am. He earned it. Lane Kiffin, son of a coach, nepotism making its way, got a head coach job at Tennessee that anybody in this world would love to have. Had a head coach job at USC that anybody in this world would love to have. Had a head coach job at Ole Miss that anybody would love to have, and gets to be the head coach at LSU. You tell me who ended up on third base. You tell me what these jobs mean to you. Any one of them. I'm at Fox. I'm the national college football analyst at Fox Sports. I can't imagine I hope these conversations were hard for Lane. I do. I hope these bridges don't stay burned. I hope at some point everybody comes back, has a beer, talks about it. But today it just kind of hurts. and it will for some time if you're an Ole Miss fan.